In the eastern Himalayas lies a small kingdom with beautiful vistas, happy people, unique customs, and amazing places. As with most of our trips, this one starts with a long plane ride from Seattle to Tokyo. From Tokyo, it's on to Bangkok, where we catch our breath for a day. Our flight to Bhutan's been delayed for 6 hours due to technical problems. We're flying Drukair, the only commercial airline serving Bhutan. Druk means dragon in Dzongkhag, a language of Bhutan. The good news is our plane's here, complete with dragon. Paro is a relatively short hop from Bangkok. As we approach the Bhutan-Indian border, towering thunderheads appear. Then the pilot comes on. More technical problems. We're making an unscheduled stop in Kolkata, India. At Kolkata, we're greeted by the fire rescue trucks. Just what is this technical problem? The captain looks concerned. Should we be? It looks like a problem with the flaps. It must be okay. We refuel and take off for Paro. As we fly over India, our pilot explains that all is well. Paro is one of the most challenging airports in the world. Everything has to be working perfectly in order to attempt to land. We pass through the thunderheads guarding the border. As we descend, we get our first glimpse at Bhutan. We bank hard right into the Paro Valley. The floor is 7,300 feet, and the surrounding peaks are up to 18,000 feet. We breathe a collective sigh of relief when we touch down. Portraits of the 5 kings of Bhutan welcome us. Bhutan is a small country, sandwiched between giants, China and India. In area, it's about a quarter the size of Washington State, with a population of only 700,000 people. As we clear customs, we get our first look at Bhutan's decorative art. Our drivers get us to the hotel just before dark. In the morning, we admire our little cabins in the pine forest. We hurry through breakfast and load up. We need to get to Thimphu as early as possible for the festival. We see our first dzong, medieval citadels that are now administrative and monastic centers. If you overshoot the runway, it's into the river. If you abort the landing, it's a steep climb to avoid the 18,000-foot mountains. Where 2 rivers meet is considered very auspicious, so a very good place to build stupas. This ornate gate marks the entry to the Thimphu Tsechu, or district. More dragons. That's the emblem of Bhutan in the center. Did I mention more dragons? Bhutan is made up of steep, high mountains crisscrossed by glacier-fed rivers, which form deep valleys. The valley floors are intensively cultivated. The terraced fields are dotted with traditional farmhouses. It's not uncommon to see a century-old meditation retreat sharing a hilltop with a cell tower. In Thimphu, we go directly to the dzong and the festival grounds. Nothing could have prepared us for the crowd of humanity in the festival grounds. They're all dressed in their best gos for men and kiras for women, the national dress. This is the 3rd day of a 4-day annual festival, but the crowd is still very enthusiastic. The kids see us with our cameras and want their pictures taken. These festivals are an occasion for people in remote villages to come together and socialize. This is a religious festival of Drukpa Buddhism, the state religion. Note, Druk, the dragon again. Central to the festival are the cham dances. They originated in the 8th century with Guru Rinpoche. These dances are morality plays. This dance, the Tungam, depicts terrifying deities being destroyed by Guru Rinpoche so that man can achieve enlightenment. The monks and VIPs watch the festival from the best seats in the house. And more dragons. Apsaras entertain the audience between dances, like clowns at a circus. This is the dance of the stag and the hounds. It portrays compassion for all sentient beings, as a great sage brings harmony between the stag and the hound. There are also performances of traditional song and dance. The Apsara also collect donations from the audience. Time for lunch. Now we can appreciate this mask at the restaurant. And some really great dragons guarding the National Library. Our next stop is the Buddha d'Ordima, a 169-foot high gilded bronze statue overlooking Thimphu. Due to the royal wedding, no hotel rooms are available, so we're camping out in a school soccer field. We try our hand at archery, the national sport. After dinner, we're entertained with traditional songs and dances and more mask dances. We wrap up the evening dancing around a bonfire. After breakfast in our dining tent, we load up and head to Punakha and Wangdi. In Dzongkhag, the name of this kingdom is Drukair, land of the thunder dragon. Bhutan was invented by European cartographers around the 16th century. The morning sun lights up the Buddha. About halfway to Punakha, we stop at Dukla Pass, 10,220 feet. Tashi explains that these 108 stupas were built in 2004 to memorialize all the soldiers that died in the battles between the Bhutanese army and Assam separatists. It's a beautiful setting with views of the eastern Himalayas. We stop at the Dukla Hotel for tea and to enjoy the view. You can just see the mountains through the clouds. As we descend to Punakha, we see more beautiful landscapes. Then there it is, the Punakha Dzong at the confluence of the Pho and Mo rivers. The Dzong was built in 1638. It's the second oldest and second largest in Bhutan and arguably the prettiest. The Little Dzong was originally built in 1374 and restored in 1996. The royal wedding will be held here in a few days. Preparations are well underway with tents for the guests and colorful decorations everywhere. The dancers are practicing their dances. The Dzong is organized around 3 courtyards. The first houses the Punakha District's administrative offices and courts. A massive central tower separates the first and second courtyards. The second courtyard is the residence for the monks. This building in the third courtyard preserves the remains of Nangwang Nimgal, the unifier of the Bhutanese state in the 1630s and builder of this song, and the remains of Pima Lingwa, a Buddhist saint second only to Guru Rinpoche. We admire the decorative detail as we find our way back to the vans. Not too far down the road, we check into the Kinchu Resort.